Alright, go. Alright, boys, I got the program card in the other day, well, about a week ago, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days ago. And the program card allows you to adjust the timing, the turbo, when the turbo will engage, the voltage for the BEC, and a lot of other things. Your reverse speed, how much drag brake to put in it, and a bunch of other stuff. And I didn't bring I should have brought my temp gun, because guys, like I've said in my past videos, I've been doing this since, God, well, I got into it in like the mid to late 80s, but I did not start racing until 93, 94, something like that. But when you're with an electric or nitro, you need to have a temp gun, because I've got the timing up to 30 degrees on this motor and electronic speed control. And the motor can, I think the timing's like at 30, I think, 20 degrees, something like that. So when you got the timing up like this is, and the gearing also, it will make the motor run scorching hot. And I just checked it, just feeling it, because it's windy out here today. I don't have my temp gun with me. I forgot to bring it because I was just anxious, because I got the my card for the motor adjustment and ESC in about 4 days ago. And I haven't really, I've messed around in my driveway with it a little bit, but now I can see the difference. This is only a 2-cell LiPo I've got in here. And y'all see how fast it went by. Excuse me, that's my storm spotting equipment in my truck, the radio and all that. But yeah, hang on, man, let me cut this down. I gotta get my drink too. It's 98 degrees out here, man. October. Oh,
I see it.
yeah, that's all my storm spotting stuff and all that. But yeah, you need a temp gun, and especially with nitro too, because you don't want to cook that motor. A good temp to run the nitro is probably, I usually run it between 210, 220, or around between 200 and 220, somewhere in that range. Now, I've seen people run them 250, 260 degrees on a nitro engine, and that's a 21. A .12, I probably wouldn't get that hot. Maybe 200-ish, maybe 210, something like that. But the new guys that come and look at my channel, take my advice. Get you a good temp gun. I think mine, I paid like 50 bucks for it at an auto, like AutoZone, auto part shop. You can get them at Walmart too, I think, in automotive department. So but yeah, and I forgot to bring mine. I usually bring it with me so I can see how hot the motor's getting. Now, I do have thermal shutdown protection on this motor and ESC, and I've got it set at 221 degrees, so if it reaches that temperature, it'll just shut down, and then you got to let it cool off, and then it'll go. But I'd hate to see this with a 3-cell now, That was just a 2-cell, and it was probably hitting high 40s, about 45, 46, 7 miles an hour. And also, I've just got a 19 pinion in here too. If I go up to like a 25 to 28 tooth pinion, because it's got a 71 spur on it. So yeah, if I put a bigger pinion on it, it's going to get more speed out of it, more top speed. But it does pretty good right now. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I see right there where my tires eating through the body. I had the body too low to keep air from getting up under it. So yeah, but yeah, this setup here, you can buy a Fortec. You can buy a brushed version for what, they $205, and take the brushed motor and ESC completely out of it. I recommend much more, and there's a lot of people that recommend Tekin and Reedy and Arrow. I mean, there's a lot of manufacturing companies out there, but that's what I recommend, much more. I've used much more in dirt track racing and on road. I've used their batteries, and I've had one problem out of a motor. It was on my 8-scale buggy. I cased a jump with it, and when I did, it bent the shaft in the motor. And I called Much More up. They said, send us the motor, and I sent it to them, and they sent me a brand new one back. So, you know, that's the only problem I've had. One problem out of Much More, and that was it. I've never had a problem out of their batteries. I've used their 2-cells and 4-cell packs. Now, they're not cheap, no. Their 4-cell packs are about 150 bucks a pack. Their 2-cells about 110 to 120 dollars a pack. So yeah, they're not cheap. And the motor and ESC I got in here is about 350 bucks. So what I was saying, you could buy just a brushed, ready to run Fortec from Traxxas, take the motor ESC out, and whatever you want to put in it, you can go Much More, you can go Tekin, Arrow, Reedy, whatever, McLean. I mean, there's, like I said, a bunch of manufacturers, and you're going to spend about 350 bucks for a good ESC and a good motor. So you're going to have about $600 in the car when you're done with it. And that's not including tires. We run foam tires, Contacts, or I think they're Excel foams, but either or, Contacts or Excel, that's what we run. Now, you can run rubber like track racing, like I was doing just a minute ago. I would probably recommend rubber, but you need to get the temperature. You know, if it's hot outside, you need to get like a soft compound, or maybe a harder compound. It depends on how hot the pavement is. You know, if it's 150, 180 degrees, I'd probably go with like a medium to hard compound, because that would keep your tire from wearing out fast. So yeah, but yeah, you'll roughly have $600-700 in a Fortec like this one, because this has got the ceramic bearings all the way through it. The bearings are probably 150 bucks for a set of bearings. And depending on what I've been using just a ready to run radio. I'm wanting to get the Noble from Hobby King, and y'all guys check out Hobby King too if y'all want like cheap motors, batteries, parts. They don't have parts for a Fortec, but they do make on-road kits and ready to run vehicles that are like 150 bucks. They make crawlers, that are, I think they got a crawler now that it's a kit. You got to put it together, but you got to buy the motor and all that. I think the kit's like $150, and then the motor's roughly, I want to say it's like 20 bucks. The ESC is about 25, 30 bucks. Then you got to have, on their crawler, you got to have a shifting servo for high and low, and then your steering servo. So you got to have 2 servos, and they're about $30 a piece, roughly. We back. Just gonna play around a little bit more. I don't know if y'all seen that or not. Holy crap. I don't know if I can slow that down or not, man. Now I got a spur gear or something going in it. Yep. Well, that's that for that. Yeah, when you're putting that kind of power down, yeah, it don't take long for a spur gear to go. That's the only other bad thing about putting too much power to a car like that. Yeah, it's hot. But yeah, it's spur gear gone in it. I'm gonna have to, they're easy to do. You just take, there's 3 screws under the chassis and like 3 or 4 up top. Take the motor cover off, take the back half of the motor out, and spur gear's right there, and I'll just have to replace it. or it could have something else going on with it, but it seems like a spur, like a typical choice, like it always does. But yeah. Alright guys, I guess we'll cut it here. I just figured I'd come out and do a couple of hits. And two, when a motor's running that hot, the motor heats up pretty quickly, and it will cause the pinion to get extremely hot, and that will cause the spur gear to melt. That's why a lot of people use metal spur gears, and I may upgrade that one to metal. I may order one next week from HR Racing and put on it, and then that should eliminate that, you know, the heating up part of that. So that would be the sensible thing to do. I think they're like 15 bucks, something like that. So all right guys, Mark here at Lowe's in Graysville, Alabama, and I don't know if you can see the temperature, but it is 97 degrees outside. So we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good Thursday. Today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah, I think today's Thursday. Have a good Thursday, rest of the night tonight, because it is going on 5:00 p.m. here in Alabama. Beautiful day, some clouds, but hot, man. To be October, what, 2nd, 3rd? It's hot. Usually by this time of year, we get lows in the 50s and highs in the 80s. This is August, July, August weather here. Because we don't get warm weather until late March, and it lasts up until, yeah, October, or at least middle of October, and then it starts getting cold, you know, lows in the 20s, highs in the 50s, 40s, and blah blah blah. But talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day, good rest of the night tonight, good weekend coming up. And I may start getting into dirt racing again. I think I'm gonna order a Losi 22-4 4-wheel drive 10 scale buggy. So be looking out for that. I don't know when that'll be. It may be 2 or 3 months. I don't know. I may order it this week coming up. I don't know yet, but just stay tuned to the channels, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when I do put up new videos, and all that. So I think y'all like the dirt racing more. I think y'all just, if you're like me, I like RC in general. It don't matter if it's dirt, asphalt, flying airplanes, drones, and I got to get my drone back up too. I ain't flown that thing in probably 6 months, 7-8 months. But anyway guys, y'all have a good day, good weekend coming up, and yeah, get out and RC. That's what they're here for. Y'all have fun, stay cool, see ya, peace. Shifting servo, you probably don't have to have a lot of torque on it. Just, you know, you can probably get one for like 10 bucks, and that's at Hobby King. I've been doing a lot of business there. Most of my business is right here, A-Main. I've been dealing with A-Main for, I don't know, a while now. Those guys have helped me out. They've done a lot of stuff for me, and just helped me out in racing and in the hobby of RC in general. And I want to say thank you to Brandon out there at A-Main. Thank you, dude, for everything you've done. Brett at A-Main, he's the guy that does the YouTube videos on A-Main Hobbies, and all their staff at A-Main. Thank you. But yeah, that's where I shop. You know, if you want high performance parts like much more Tekin, you're gonna have to go to A-Main. If you just want like Trackstar, which there's nothing wrong with those motors. They're just as good or as good. I have not run them yet, but there's a guy that comes to Piper, one of our local tracks. He runs all Hobby King stuff, and he said he hadn't had a problem with it yet. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. I was trying to let this cool down a minute. I'm gonna have to back off on the timing just some, because it's too hot, man. It goes up to 60 degrees of timing, and I've got it set at 30. So yeah, it was getting hot. Plus I probably need to go up on the pinion some, probably a 26, 27 tooth, and that'll probably help out too. So, but I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna cut this off for a minute, and I'll be back. All right, guys, back home, putting my battery in storage mode. If you're gonna leave it a week or longer, always put it in storage. That puts it half full, and because a LiPo battery does not like it when it's full charged, and you just leave them for a week or two, it will destroy the battery. It hates it. So always put them at storage when you get done with them, and always let them cool off too. So, and just like I said at the place, spur gear's gone. As y'all can see it there, spur gear. So it needs to have a metal spur gear put on. It needs it bad. So, yep. So I'm gonna have to take the back half of this off, and then the spur gear come off, and that'll be that. Put a new one on there. So that's it, guys. And I always run fans on the motor and ESC, especially in hot weather. So yeah, always do that, guys. That's a WTF fan, high output fan. They make them that are high voltage too, that go even faster, that puts more air in there. But yeah, that's it, guys. It's just like I said, it's just that top of the half of the motor, the cover comes off, and there's a spur, pinion, and then the back half, there's 3 screws under the car. This comes off, and then the spur gear come out, and just put a new one on there. But I'm gonna put a metal one on here. I'm gonna do away with this plastic crap, because like I said, the motor gets so hot, the pinion gets hot, and then it starts melting the spur gear. That's what happened to this. It just gets so hot, the plastic just melts. And that's it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I probably won't run again. I don't know, it may be a week, something like that. I may go to Piper Sunday and run with the guys. I don't know yet. But if I do, I'll have some video up. Probably, hang on a minute. Now to cut back off here in just a second. Hang on a minute. Oh, and a Huddy light like this. It's, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's got the time, temperature, date, and all that. The temperature is real good when you're racing. But you can get one of these lights. I've had this for about a year now, I guess. It's rechargeable. The clock and all that takes a watch battery. And it hardly ever goes out, but the light is of course is rechargeable, and just low, medium, and high, and then off, low, medium, high. But I would highly recommend one of these. You can get them Hobby King for like 30 bucks, but being as this is Huddy, you know, it's going to be $100 or more. I think this one's $100 or $105, something like that. You can get this on A Main, by the way. But just like I said, guys, spur gear gone. That's what I thought when I was running it. That's why you need to let the motor cool off. Even though you got a fan on here cooling, this motor gets extremely hot. It was probably at 200 degrees, my guess. I didn't have my temp gun with me. It's at 94 degrees now, so speed control's 91. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good day and all that good stuff, and we'll talk to everybody later. And in my two monster trucks, I still haven't. I got this one running, because these are old, man. This one's like 99, and this one's like 2000, 2001. I need to get a nickel metal battery for this, and I also got to get the one that fits in here to start this motor. This one, I think all I got to get is a radio, and the bulkhead for it on the bottom is broke, and this one too. This one's got I think it's the lower arm right here that's broke on it. But you know, but yeah, I'm gonna eventually get these running. That motor is a hoss, man. I think it's a .90, because they may, you know, they go to 12, 0.12, 21, 28, 30 something, all the way up. This is a .90 on there. So I'm excited to get this. I started to buy one of these back in the day when they came out, and I never did. I never bought one. I bought a Revo with 3.3 on it and stuff. I think that was like 04, 05. But never bought one of these. And yeah, so these were basically given to me, and I was like, yeah, hell, I'm gonna buy a Noble radio, and I'm gonna use it for that. And then when I get my buggy, my tent scale Losi buggy, I'll use it in that. So but that's it, guys. We'll talk to everybody later. And yeah, I gotta clean my bench up because it is an absolute mess. But we'll talk to you guys later. There's my program card. Much More Fleta SHR Super High Response Program Card by Much More Racing. IFMAR World Champions. So anyway, guys, peace. Y'all have a good day. Good rest of the weekend coming up. And RC, go out and have some fun, man. Talk to y'all later. Peace.